speaking of counting pockets, you know what I mean? It's time to count these NCAA pockets. Um, these kids is out here able to make money now. You know what I mean? And
That's how I feel about it.
salute.
Give my man Reggie his trophy and his records.
You
Put him
know, I
back
didn't
in the
even think
record
about
book
that.
and
I
give
didn't
him
even think
his
about that.
Heisman today. I want my
I did
man's
not
Heisman
even
in
think
the
about
mail.
that. Like
Give
y'all
it
got a
back.
lot of folks that y'all was doing dirty
Yeah,
and throwing under the bus over the years.
a lot of young
That's a
black men.
great point, Bentley.
A lot of young black men. And the one that I wanted to make, I'm glad Bentley was on that and that thought process. Listen, man, the NBA, the Basketball Hall of Fame. Um,
Air
always got
quote.
to quote it
Yeah,
because it's
yeah.
trash, and then they let everybody in, especially. Well, that's another topic for another day, and I'll talk
Yeah,
about that
that's
in the
good
summer.
stuff. Don't
'Cause,
waste
whew,
that. That's good stuff.
whew. But it's no coincidence that they let Chris Webber in finally. Um, they think they slick. They think they slick. Chris
Bravo,
Webber's
Obi.
Chris Webber
Bravo.
big should have been a Hall of Famer, but they didn't let him in because just I'm telling the audience they didn't let him in because of what he did when he was a kid, when he was an 18-year-old kid that he accepted money, and they punished him till he was a 40-something-year-old man. Like it's crazy. And then the year that they know it's coming to the end, that kids can
Mm.
make money outside of
Oh,
the team's
let's
paying.
get Chris in there. Let's get Chris in
Then
there
let's
now.
get him in here because we look crazy. Let's just
Yeah.
get him in. Come on now.
He's
That's
still
just
because he's still. Oh, why? Because he's still the face of our of our entire sports university. All these years later, the biggest faces that you associate with Michigan basketball is still Chris Webber. It's still the Fab Five, and it's like, come on, man. And you, yeah,
it's ridiculous.
that's a
Just
good. That's a
ridiculous.
good. I didn't know. I'm glad you were saying that you weren't going to tell us where you were going. I'm glad because I did not think of that angle at all. But I definitely think that you on to something, even though I can't stand Chris Webber. But
My friends are gonna
uh,
call me conspiracy theorist, but that's a big coincidence that randomly this year Chris Webber's in a couple months before. Nah, yeah, I know what
I
time it is.
think
But yo,
that I think
uh
also the leagues, and when I say the leagues, I mean the NCAA. We're starting to see the writing on the wall in terms of how much player power, how many people that knew the right things were really starting to get in these guys' ears. Um, and it was like, okay, we're either gonna completely lose college sports because, in my opinion, I know that might seem like it might seem
No,
like
that
hyperbole.
you stole my point.
Oh, but
You
I think I said it all the time that I think the stardom of these kids now would allow them to have their own league, would allow them to promote themselves as their own brand outside of the NCAA. Like the NCAA is not a necessity anymore as a bridge to the NBA. So you better start making it a form of employment if you want the
yeah.
best players to still come there.
Yeah, to piggyback off of Earl, and this goes back to that's why I love LeVar Ball. Am I saying his name right? Because
Yep, you're right.
he was teaching this ownership aspect with the sneaker. Even though the sneakers failed, I don't know the status of it with and then having Lamelo, the rookie of the year, top three. I think he was second or third overall pick. Didn't touch college at all,
that was
and
my next point.
he's just bringing home crazy amounts of money. Didn't go to college at all, and all the young kids that I know play ball, they looking up to him. Even people
Right.
our age just looking at him as
Yeah.
an example in the NBA on how to do things, and they notice all of this.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't have to go to college to be a great NBA player, and I can start making millions before I am eligible to go to the NBA. Like Earl said, the writing was on the wall, and they knew that this trend was going to catch on of not going to college, making more money before you're NBA ready against easier competition, honing your skills. And who's to say that the Europe competition is not better than college competition? You
Yep.
know what I'm saying? And then you're coming into the NBA
And
more NBA ready
let me
with
jump
money
right
in your pocket.
let me jump right back in really quick just to play devil's advocate for the college scholar, or the side of the argument that says, hey, uh you know whatever university changed my life. It was an experience like I never had. Be playing for this university, wearing it on my chest. It was amazing. The experiences that I had with my teammates, my brothers, blah blah blah. All of that is accurate, and if that is how you feel, that is your choice. The difference now is if I'm nice as if I'm nice as if I'm I'm trying not to curse, but if I'm nice as F and I and I have the business savvy, or I'm moving in the right places, or I've created a brand for myself to where I can now market it, then you got to come with the cheddar. You know what I mean? Like, period.
Yes, sir.
I'm making you
Yes,
money,
sir.
you got to make me money, and honestly, please, there's probably some reparations. I mean, some
Yo,
of these
Yeah.
universities
they owe Reggie some reparations. They owe Reggie Bush
like
reparations.
if you want to go back, you know what I mean? Like some of these institutions was built on the backs of these athletes, and you know what I mean? And I'm not even talking. That's not even talking color. I'm not even talking color. I'm just talking period. The athlete.
Athletes
Like
in general. Athletes in general.
So, before I get super lost, I'm just gonna touch on one thing Bentley said. The NCAA is so stupid because I call this like when it happened, like them not letting LaMelo Ball play basketball will be the, I don't want to say downfall, but the biggest drop fumbling of the bag, bro. Like this kid had a 5 million follower when he was like, I mean, he was followed by like 5 million kids on social media platforms since like he was 15. Like everyone's waiting for this guy to play basketball, and you're gonna say he can't play basketball for college because he made money off of a sneaker when he was 15 years old? That's
crazy.
ridiculous. And
crazy.
you just dropped the bag on that. And secondly, I'm a like the fact that if my daughter goes and plays volleyball for school and she wouldn't be able to have a YouTube channel.
Right.
Right. That's
But-
a great point, Obi. That's a great point.
But regular Susie and Janet and Sasha, I try to switch up the names.
Diversify. You try to diversify.
It was very diverse.
They can go in there and make as much as money while they're in school. That's ridiculous. Like they can do whatever they can start. So that's why, in my opinion, NCAA, that wasn't America. That was socialism. That was communism. We don't want to pay the students because you're thinking about the future NBA player, but you're not thinking about the field hockey girl that can't, and this and that. And I'm like, yo, listen, that's not how America works. You get paid for what you're worth. Like,
yes.
and if the star running back on the team is getting paid $500,000 and the left or the kicker's getting not paid at all, but he made the team. That's how it works. That's how it works in real life. We're preparing these young men for real life. So that whole thing was hogwash. Last thing I'll say is, it's gonna be crazy for football. Like it's gonna be super crazy, and it's gonna be very helpful for a lot of young black kids because these kids will be, these schools will be forced to offer these kids more, and not just the school, but the boosters and whatnot. So, for example, let's say a linebacker's coming in, they won't just be able to use up his juice because I'm not talking about all these kids don't go to the NFL, right? So they won't just be able to squeeze the juice out of this kid and then just let him go off, and who knows what happens to him after he used all his talents. No, they're gonna have to say, listen, if you come to my school, I guarantee you a job after, because these are boosters. I guarantee you a job after. And what's going to show off is 4 years later that this guy made X amount of money for his family, and then he's still making money, and other kids are going to sit there and say, should I go to college or should I try to do something else? Oh, I'm going to go to that school because I see what's going on with this kid, because now they have to offer these kids everything in order for them to come above the table. You know what I mean? So I'm happy for these kids.
Yeah.
All right, everybody, we're going to wrap this episode up. Thank you for tuning in. Please like and subscribe. We need the subscriptions. Y'all going to make me beg. Please.
Not
all
gonna
I
lie,
ask.
NCAA owes these kids some checks.
There you
Yeah.
go. Not gonna
Not gonna
lie,
lie.
Reggie Bush deserves his Heisman.
Not gonna lie. All my not gonna lies have been right. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, thank you everybody for tuning in. Please come back, like and
I don't
subscribe. We love y'all.
I don't remember half my not gonna lies. I'll be smoked. I'll be super drunk when I